I do. We're back on again. Found a problem. Colleague at work, we tried something and got it to stick, and I thought, well, I tried it for a while, couldn't get it to do it, then it did it. I thought, oh, fair play. So I've got to try and simulate it here. Found a problem. Check the audio a minute. Colleague at work, we tried something and got it to stick, and I thought, well, I tried it for a while, couldn't get it to do it, then it... Audio's okay. Right. Right, so let's just get right onto it. Simulation. It's weird. That's why we test it, though. That's exactly why we test it. Okay. And I'm just hoping I can simulate it here. Alright, so just got to go through it until it does it. Now, it might not do it on the simulation. The only way I could get out of it once it's stick is to go click fallback mode on, and then go through a sequence, and it seemed to correct itself. So one of these reset latches is causing, we need to introduce, when we press the PED button, it needs to override the fault, whichever one's getting stuck. I can't tell which one it is yet. Right, let's go through a sequence. And also I noticed once it has broke out, it won't acknowledge your button press any longer. It doesn't give you two flashes. Like if I press that now, I get two flashes and it goes back again. Right, so when it was stuck, it wouldn't acknowledge me. Right, so I'll go through the sequence. Shut the last one. I might have to go through a few times. Oh, there you go. Alright, that's it. What? Oh yeah, that's it. We're stuck straight away. It's weird. So when it was plugged in, it's not plugged in at the minute, so it's simulating. Right, so then we're stuck there. Let's see what we got. We got warm start on. That might be that, because we're not plugged in now. Obviously we've enabled warm start on here. Alright. Anyway, I'm not actually plugged in. Right, okay. So we're in some kind of error mode. We're out of sequence here. Walkway was traversed and we're out of sequence. Right, so if I hit the pedestrian button now, it's going to go straight over to Walkway, which it does. And it wants me to do, so with PED sequence active, I'm going to try and do a PED sequence. I'll try and come out, but it goes straight back to this mode again. Yeah. It doesn't switch back to FLT, so it's doing it. So it might be the fact that I hadn't got the lead plugged in. Oh, that's weird. Right, so yeah, I didn't do anything. I didn't even barge out or anything then. Right, so let's plug So we're plugged in, we're not switched on, so I'm going to switch it on. I'm not going to run a simulation. I'll just stop it. Okay, and we'll go back to simulation while it's plugged in. Alright, it should switch as soon as I switch this on. It should go to FLT mode. Yeah. Switch to FLT mode, so we request across. Same as we did. So it says we're out of sequence, flag is on. I wonder why it's saying we're out of sequence. Anyway, so we're in PED mode, so we'll cross the road. And finish the sequence off. Switch this time. Switched. Okay, we'll try it again. Request the sequence. Switched over. Didn't acknowledge us though. No, it did. Alright, so we're in that one again. So all I've done is switch the PLC on. So we're in FLT, it hasn't failed yet. Okay, so a request. I'm getting there, but it's not giving me a pre-flash acknowledgement. I used to get a pre-flash acknowledgement there. And it's probably because this one is not been able to flash it. Right. Anyway, let's go through it again. Let's go through. Right, so I'll do this business. Oh, we're stuck again. Alright, so we're stuck for no reason. Okay, so I'll try to go through. It's going to switch over, which it has done. Shit. We'll go through the PED gate. I'm going to go back to being stuck again, so it doesn't matter whether it's on or off. Yeah, so this is that stuck mode. Now to get out of this now, I mean, let's try it. You can't get out of this. So we're stuck. Now what is triggered? So that's on. Warm start. PED gate walkway was traversed is output. Needs a reset. You can't get, so it's traversed and out of sequence. Alright. I went from so we shouldn't be out of sequence, we haven't barged anything. Right, it's going to take a while to sort out, you can tell. Right, let's try it. So to get out of this sequence, we go to fallback mode. We cycle through. We're in ped gate. Right, so we go through. And close the gate. So we're now stuck again. So we release the fallback mode. Request again. We switched over, we go like that. Right, so there's something very wrong. Let's have a look. How can it go from yesterday being working to wrong? So let's see if we can. So we're set the set walkway traverse. Let's click that off. Where's it getting that from? Oh, we left that on by mistake, so that ain't gonna help us. So give it another one. It's gonna, oh yeah, it's gonna give it us. Very strange stuff going on here. Right, so I'll try it. Oh, we're stuck. Now the outer sequence is triggered. Why would that outer sequence be triggered? Let's have a look. So we come in from FLT enable. It might be because I put this timer on. That might be the reason. Let's change that. Let's put that to 0 a minute. Right, let's try again. Now we put that back to 0. We had trouble with that last time. Let's see if that's causing us that trouble. So the outer sequence is off. We're there. We give it a go. It says it's out of sequence again. Why shouldn't be out of sequence? Anyway, we go through. But managed to switch over this time. Right, let's go again. See if it stays where it is now. Okay, so we go through the sequence. Right, so it's switching there. So I think it didn't like this delay again. Right, let's try again. So we're in. Right, okay. So I notice this out of sequence light is off. It's not playing up now. We're switching okay. Not seem to have a problem there. We've dropped the timer down to 0. Yeah, it seems to be alright. So this timer, something is looking at this timer, but there's nothing on there. I'm sure there's nothing watching this output. That goes straight to there. There's nothing watching that. Just headbutted the microphone. That's because it was hanging down a bit since the cat jumped down off the shelf and knocked it. Right. So, that timer only goes to there. So there's nothing watching that. Yeah, there's definitely nothing watching that. Okay. So why would that make a difference? Why would having that timer on make a difference if there's nothing watching it? Strange. Nothing's looking at that timer. Okay, let's put it back on again. Try it now, see if it fails again. Fails straight away. That timer is something to do with it, but I don't know how. Right, so we're over to that mode. We give it a flag. Now we're out of sequence. And then we're back in sequence. We traverse. Finish the sequence off. We're still out of sequence. Switched over okay. Try again. Okay, we're going through the sequence. It's not failing now. Why is that? Why? It doesn't make sense why that fails now and not before. Don't make no sense. All I did was alter a timer. Back and then back again. It's not playing up now, and all I've done is put it back. That'll make sense. Right, undo cancel parameter. Undo cancel move. Undo cancel move. Undo cancel parameter. Alright, don't get it. Right, let's run it again. It's back to where it was. Oh, so we're out of sequence there. I switched over. I don't get it. Can't get to fail now. That's no good. It's not good. Okay, let's try all of these things. So open the gate, switch the lasers on, close the gate, open the other gate, leave the safety area, close the last gate. Right, it's not good. It's not good if it's going to start working and I haven't altered anything. Doesn't make sense. Right, I tell you what, let's put it on the real thing. No. I'll monitor the real thing. Alright, so we're monitoring. Let's try it down here. I can't get it to fail. It's intermittent. Right, so some kind of intermittent thing going on. Very strange. Right, so I'll just save that where it was. I'll close it and we'll open it again. Let's see if we can get it to fail. Right, I'll just simulate it now. That was a strange lot. Might have to put some countermeasures in. Right. FLT sequence is active. Request to cross. FLT sequence is off. We're counting down. We're out of sequence. Well, I don't know why we say we're out of sequence. We're back over to here. Yeah, I can't get to fail now. That's weird. Very strange. Very strange. If I can't get it to fail, I can't see what I need to reset. Right, that's very strange. Am I gonna? It got it to fail straight away. As soon as we tried it, took it to the yard, tried it, it failed. Brought it back here on a simulation without plugging it in. The simulator failed. Now the simulation doesn't fail. And all I've done is alter the timer here. Turn the timer off, turn it back on. Doesn't like this timer for some reason. So do we take the timer out? But we like the fact that the mag lock didn't lock straight away, and it's fed off these three. Don't know. I mean, is it going to play up again as soon as you switch it off and on? Well, I haven't uploaded the code to it yet. So what I'll do is I'll stop the software. I didn't have it plugged in, so I'll unplug. Let's go on to this room view. So I'll unplug the programmer. And I'll switch it off. So switch it on. This is how I plugged it in, and we haven't uploaded the firmware. Let's see if it can get to fail. Right, here we go. So we're on FLT mode. Request to cross. Switches over. Yeah. So we traverse the system. Yeah, works. Go through again. Can't get to fail now. I haven't changed anything. I wonder if there's a dodgy button or something. They did it on the simulation. Definitely did it on the simulation, so it can't be a dodgy button. Alright, it's not failing now. Not failing now, so that's very, very strange. Very strange indeed. Well, I'm gonna have to, don't know how we're gonna tackle this. I'm gonna have to try to simplify something. So the timer is on through it back to where it was. Go on simulation. I'll have to watch the video back and see where it failed. See where it failed. Don't know. Alright, over there. Request across. Right, so I think this out of sequence triggering on. At first, I thought I'd like the flash, to like an acknowledgement, but I'm not so sure now. So it's out of sequence. So we want a 0011. So that has to be off. FLT sequence active. PED sequence has to be off. And we've got another input coming out of inverter here. Right, now where's that coming from? That has to be on. So actually I can't see where that's going. Okay. That's going down. Down, down, down. All the way to the input. Okay, so it's looking at the red lights. So if the red light is on, maybe this is what's causing it. Because we're doing a flash on. I think we told it to look at the logic before we had the flash on. And it was using that signal. Oh, but that isn't the flash. That's not the flash. That's just to say that the light's on. Or that light should be on. Then we've got this one. Where's this coming from? Alright, this has got the PED. So that one has to be on as well, which it's getting its signal from where? It's getting its signal from this one. XOR'd with this, which is your acknowledgement flasher. PED acknowledge flash. That wasn't working partially sometimes. It used to work. So that was before we had a flash on it anyway. So we're going out of there into there with this knot, which is coming out of this AND. So it's very complicated. Let's look at this logic round here. Do a simulation. We know we want 0, 0, on, which we've got. Let's switch this stuff on. So we've got 0. Let's just look at this area here. So that's why we're out of sequence. So we've just switched one off. and we switched bed sequence is not active, so we switch that on. So out of sequence is on again. I can't get it to fail now, but that's no good, is it? No good if it's intermittent. That just doesn't make no sense. Maybe there's too much going on for it. I'll have to simplify some stuff, maybe. Right, so whenever that bed sequence becomes active, that's where it gets its output from. Over here, this set bit. Whenever, yeah, it didn't always work, did it? It didn't always work because we've got our own flash thing going on now. Down here, we've got a new flasher going on. To enable it, we just need to put that bit on down there. So, whenever that flag is set, let's try and work out where the output's going. So the output's going to this OR. That's your green light. It's where it gets overly complicated now. You can easily break something now if you alter something. It's might be barking up the wrong tree there with that. But I know I didn't get my pre-flash. Let's see why we don't get our pre-flash. So let's see why we don't get the pre-flash. Now this circuit here should be giving us our pre-flash. So we hit this. And that gave us our pre-flash, but did it flash? Let's try again. Yeah, it did give us a pre-flash. No, it's not. It's not giving us our pre-flash now. Because the timer, the sequence is not changing. Because we're already in that sequence mode, we need to come out of that mode. So are we stuck again? Yeah, we're stuck now, aren't we? This is it, back again. Right, so while we're out of sequence, we're stuck. Let's give it another one of them. So we're back in this one. I think this is where we had the problem. Right, so we go through the gate. It switches over. No, it's not switching over. So out of sequence. Right, let's go again. Switched over when we did that. We traverse the gates. Oh, it's not going back. This is the stuck bit. So we've got a permanent ped gate was traversed here. If I reset that one now, it's gone over to that one. So if I go through the gate, will it go back to FLT? Yeah, it did go back to FLT. Right, so this bit getting stuck on here is the problem. So when this ever gets triggered, it needs to reset this. Thought I'd already done that. Let's have a look. So you reset it here. We've got a signal coming in all the way up from, yeah. So we've got a reset coming off it. But it didn't actually reset it. Didn't reset it, so why, begs the question, why? Is it because this is from an off to an on? Yeah, so it's off to on, and it should have reset that. And that's going all the way up, all the way up to there. But you saw it wouldn't reset this, it was stuck on. So it's already getting that, not even after the set, it's getting it before. So as soon as you press that, it's supposed to be resetting that. Unless that was on red, it wouldn't let this one go through. Maybe, let's try. Let's go back and see if we can get to do it again. Getting somewhere now. When it wouldn't appear, they couldn't reproduce the error. That's a big problem. Right, so we're on FLT. Let's watch this area here. So we've got a permanent on here. FLT sequence, yeah. So that's yeah, that's on. So you can press this all day long. I wonder if I should put that through an exclusive OR. Exclusive OR instead of an OR. But anyway, let's see if it's that's lit up, stopping the signal getting through. So we go through the pedestrian gates. Okay, we're out, puts it on. We've got a permanent signal there. It's counting down, it's switched. So we have got a permanent on, but it hasn't failed yet. So let's try again. Yeah, it was switched. We traverse the gate. Got the gate to fail again now. Right, so we've got to get to fail. Can't get to fail there. So we've still got our mag lock timer set to 3, so might have had nothing to do with that. Right. Yeah, it only seems to have a problem when this traverse is stuck on. It's not on at the minute. Let's oh, that was out of sequence. So I did that out of sequence. Press the wrong thing. Let's see if we can get back into sequence. Yeah, we're back in. So ah. Right, it's not failed yet. No, I haven't got it to fail yet. No, not failed, so we'll do something weird now. We'll leave this on. We'll leave that on and it'll switch over. Okay, so we'll traverse the gates. It can't switch back while we've got a permanent signal on. So that'll wait till we let go of the PED request. Will it recover? It's not going to recover, so we've got an output here, so maybe that was it. Maybe we need to turn that into a pulse, but in case it gets stuck, let's just give it another. Will that give us what we want? It's switched over straight away. So we're clear there, so let's we're going to go back to FLT mode. No, it's stuck, isn't it? Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck because there's no signal on it. There's nothing holding it. But if I hit this and on and off, it should reset that, shouldn't it? It has reset it. So we're in this mode, so we'll go through it. Is it gonna go back to FLT mode? No, it's stuck. It's stuck, so we're stuck in that mode. Now we're 8, so that's not our problem, because that is actually resetting this. Now there is another problem somewhere else, gotta be. So our warm start is on, so let's have a look what's holding us in this. So we're out of sequence. We've got a reset on our PEDS sequence and a set. So we're not outputting our PED sequence. That's because we're not in the PED sequence. We've got a reset on the FLT active coming out of somewhere or other. So we give it a request. We go straight through to that because we're stuck in when the PED sequence becomes active. We finish the PED sequence. It tries to go back to FLT. We're off there and we're off there, so we're stuck. Now we've got a permanent reset on the FLT sequence here and over here. So we've got a permanent reset, so that's why it can't get back in. So and it's coming from the output here. This boolean here. Alright, because it's got the flag is set. The flag is set, so we can't get a reset on this one because it comes out of this one, which comes out of this one. Now you can't get a reset out of that one because it's got a permanent hold on. Okay, so it can't reset this one here. If I was to toggle it, is that brought it out of locked up state? I think it has, yeah. Right. So me forcing that bit high, or that wire high, so this reset flag, it's waiting for that to be set to reset this latch. So that latch interesting, yeah, interesting. So that's because that's been held by this system permanently on. Maybe we need to change that to a pulse instead of permanently on. So we've got coming into here, we've got that system, and we've got a feed coming up there. So what happens if we change it to a pulse? I think I've changed that to a pulse before. Well, let's just put it onto a pulse. We can easily put that back again. So let's put a pulse on it. Put a pulse somewhere here. We're going to go like that. Like that. And it needs to get a pulse from off to on. Let's try that. See if the system will even run with that there. I'm sure I've had that in there before. Might do some strange stuff now. So it's gone into FLT mode. Right, let's request. The flag is set, we've requested it, it's swapping over, is it? Yeah, it's swapped over. Okay, now we've got our output at the minute is, where is it? That one is okay at the minute. Right, so let's go through the gate. Okay, so we've got a permanent signal there, but because it's a pulse, it hasn't. Let's reset our flag, and we're in FLT mode. So we request it again. Okay. We're in that mode, so we go through it. Okay, so right, we've got to go through it a few times. Okay. That seems to be alright, but I don't got to test the rest of it. Got to break out and stuff. Might have spoilt the breakout. Oh, we stuck again. Oh, we stuck again. We're stuck again, are we? So we've got a permanent signal there, but not on this. So maybe that wasn't causing the problem. Out of sequence, so maybe I pressed something wrong. Let's try to recover by giving it a press on the button. It's switched over to traffic. Yeah, switched over. Let's go through. No. Oh, yeah, switched. It didn't acknowledge me. It's not registering any of this now. So yeah, we've broken something there. We've broken. So the request flag is on. We go through. Switches over. Bloody hell. Oh, it's gone over to that. Right, that's not doing any of this now, is it? No. So it's not going through to reset that. So we've got a problem. We've got a problem. Let's take that off. Right. Right, it's weird. It's the trouble. We can't at this late stage start altering stuff. Got to try to cure the problem. But could be stuck on this for a while, and I don't want to be because I need to finish it off. Right. So we traverse. Okay. So we got stuck even though we changed that. So we're going to ignore that and we go to something else. Right. So we managed to switch back. Right, to go through. It's working now. So let's go again. I think it's when I left my was it when I left that on I got it to fail? Okay, so let's leave it on. And it'll still switch over even with that on. Okay, we're on that. We'll traverse through. Finishes the sequence. I can't switch back to FLT because I've left my button down. So then I'll release the button. It still can't, so it's stuck. So we need to find something else that's latched. Might be a combination of things. So you can't switch back to FLT because, well, why can't it? Why can't it? Because we've got a permanent reset here. We've got a permanent line on this reset, which is holding it out. And the reason we got that on is because we've got a set flag on there. We've got a flag set here that goes and sets this one. That remembers that the button's been pressed. But do we need that one there if we've got one over here? PED sequence active. So yeah, that goes. Yeah, because PED sequence can't become active. It's got to remember that you've pressed the button. Alright, so that's right. It's got to remember that you've pressed the button. Because you've got to wait for the sequence to become active. Right, now if I give it a pulse on and off, what's going to happen? It's going to go straight to that sequence because it hadn't actually come all the way out of it. It was stuck in there. Will it go back now? No, it's stuck in it. Right, let's see where we're stuck. So we're stuck there. We're stuck there. We're stuck here. Right, so what's this one? Oh, the warm start is stuck. Right, anything else stuck? Stuck. That's got a permanent reset on, so PED sequence can't be ended. Just getting that from this output over here. So where else we got set bits? That's got a reset on it, that's fine. Let's find where else we've got something that's set. These are just the flashing lights. Is there any more? Anything else that's set? Stuck on? No, they won't. They don't hold anything open. So it's just that one. Got it held open, and that one. So PED sequence can't start. It's being held off. Pedway, walkways, traverse, system reset is held on. It needs a pulse there or a pulse over there to upset the system or reset it. So we've already looked at that bit, already looked at this bit. So somewhere over this end, we've got a permanent reset here. That's coming from, we couldn't, another one there. So we've got, what that, I think that's an LED. Let's find out. We've got some wires overlapping here, so we can't see easy. Right. That's your green. That's your ore with that. Okay, so we had that set and that set, well, being held off. And that gets its pulse from off to and on. So it gets a pulse off this one. Right, so that gets its pulse. This one gets its output from this one. And that output goes to this OR gate. It goes around to this pulse. Oh yeah, there's some wild stuff going on here. So the OR gate's not being used. It's going straight from there to the pulse into the OR gate, which then goes back out to reset them. So that's okay. So we need to, now we've undone it a bit, we need to monitor it again, find out. So we know how to make it stick by leaving that on. We'll run it first. And we'll leave that on and do a sequence. That push button doesn't normally get left on, but if it's going to cause us a lockout, then it's not good. What I might have to put is a timer on this. If you hold it in for longer than 5 seconds, it does a system-wide reset, but that's not finding the problem, that's just patching the problem, putting a stick in plaster. That's not how we want to do it. That causes trouble on its own, sort of. Might have to do that. We can't find the problem. Right, let's go through the gate. It's going to end up being stuck. It won't be able to go to FLT mode, even if I release that. Okay, because it's anyway, so let's request it again. So we're stuck. It goes straight to this mode because it hadn't quite, sort of upsets the apple cart there. Right, it's still stuck, is it? Yeah, it's still stuck in that mode. It won't come back out. Right, so let's have a look here. So we have got an output going over to here. Your FLT sequence is getting a permanent hold off from the system over here. So let's just have a think. So if I break that, is that gonna, I can either break that or reset this one. So I'll put a reset on there, see what happens. It's reset the one. We've got a permanent signal coming out of this timer over here. Yeah, there's no output. Where's it getting its output from? Oh, if they're all off, it's giving an output. Alright, got you. So we've just reset this latch by overriding it. Will that make us go back in? It's gone straight to this one. Oh, it's still stuck. That's come back on again, so let's reset this one. Oh, it's got a permanent signal on it. Right. So this doesn't like that ever being on for too long while the sequence has started. And it'll always be like that because it's set there, it needs a reset now. So that maybe needs to be a pulse instead of a permanent. Right, we haven't tried that so far. Let's try that. Let's try a pulse now. How many connections have we got? Got one going over straight to here. We've got one coming all the way down to there. We've got them going everywhere. Now, if we was to suddenly lose track of, we've got one going there. We've got one going there. We've got one going there. Oh no. Hang on. Where's it go to? Yeah, we've got one going there. Right, so we've got one up going to there. One going straight to there. One going down to there. Also, it goes. Does it go down to there? Can't tell. Goes over to there. Yeah, it is. So if we undo it to make it into a pulse, it could adversely affect this. Right, so you've got to be very careful now. Don't lose all the connections. What I should have done is put an OR gate on each input so I could undo the actual button and put bits in. I could still do it, but I have to remember to hook everything back up again. There's not a lot of space left up there. But that's going to have a knock-on effect for other stuff, probably. So I do a pulse, the button could just be stuck in, and the system will carry on working, even though I don't really want to convert that to a pulse. We need to know when it's pressed or not. So, what to do? So basically, whenever that button gets pressed, it needs to, when it goes into the green light comes on, it needs to do a system-wide reset. We'll always get a green light, so whenever the green light comes on, it needs to do a system-wide reset. Or whenever that mouse pressed. But if we did a system-wide reset, that's only a request. When the flag sits there getting a request, everything's waiting for this PED sequence to become active to cancel out this request. And that request, so it needs to be that way. But we're in a stuck state, so we do get a green light though when we get stuck. It does just go straight to the green light, so when it does that, it needs to if we get a green light, it needs to resync the system off a pedestrian green light, really. Somehow interact with the latches that are latched up, but only the one that's causing the issue. And it only happens when that gets left on. If you happen to switch that at the time, it's just trying to keep clear, right? So we've got a green light on, so we go traverse the system, it goes back to it. It's going to work okay as long as that button's left still. So we leave it on. Right, and now it's going to latch the system up. So once we're on now, if we let go of it at that point and traverse the system, will this be normal or will it be still locked up? So it's locked up from that point. So traversing the system won't reset it. Now there is a counter. We haven't been through the system. Is that even counting down? No, not counting down because we've traversed the system. It's stuck in this state. So if we press the button now, what do we get? We get a green light. So as soon as this green light comes on, we can use that signal to reset any stuck latches. So as soon as it's on green, we can't reset the PED sequence. We've still got a request on the go. So maybe this one, yeah, we do reset that. That has been reset. So it has been reset, but it's stuck on and we've still got an output. So we've got a request flag on. And that's why it can't fall back to FLT. Right, I think. Yeah. So, yeah, that's right. Because we got a... So whenever the FLT sequence is active, we've got a pulse there. So as soon as it becomes active, if that's on past the duration of the pulse, it'll never ever get, once the sequence is activated, you'll never get a new pulse to reset this. So the flag will always be stuck on. So I'll tell you what we'll do. This will be, we'll get rid of, can I get rid of that one, or is that going to lock up too many? So we've got that there and that there. So it's also resetting the timer, which might be a good thing or a bad thing. So possibly this set bit that sets this flag needs to come off. As soon as it's active, we need to ignore that. So I could probably unhook that bit there and come straight here with this bit. Where to put it though? There. Yeah. Alright, so it's not obvious where it's coming from. It's come down the bottom. Right, so we've got a permanent signal to reset this. Once that's active, we don't need to remember this flag anymore. But when we set this flag, it'll stay set until this becomes active. Okay, let's give that a try. So we've still got a reset, a pulse going off to this timer, which is a delay on timer, 8-second delay on timer. Yeah, because we don't want a permanent signal on that. So it needs to time out. Right, let's try this. See if this is sorting our problem out. Unless that isn't the problem. Oop, that one there. Right, let's try. Is it going to go into FLT? Yes, it is. So FLT, we'll request to pass, so we'll leave that on. So it'll switch over. It's switched over. We've left it on. And it should be ignoring that now, apart from the rest of the system knowing that the request is on. So we're in this mode. We shouldn't be able to finish this mode until that comes off. So we open it. Right, it's going to complete the system. It's going to try to switch. It's waiting now. Can't switch back because I've got a permanent signal on here. So let's see what happens when we switch it off. We've got the flag set. We've got the same problem again, have we? Have we got the same problem? We're set here. There's no output here. So let's give it a... if we give it another one, it's going to ignore us. No, it's not. No, it's switched over this time. So we're into this. So we could navigate through here. Is it going to go back to... yeah, it's counting. It's gone back to FLT. Right. Okay, so that may have sorted us out. May. So there's a slight problem, isn't there, with this? Right. Let's just give it a normal pulse. It's going to switch over. Yeah, switched over. We traverse the system. It's going to work normally. Yeah, it's working normally. We've still got our delay time for our gate, so that wasn't causing us the issue. Right, out of sequence has not come on this time. Let's try again. I've not seen out of sequence come on. Now we're seeing out of sequence. That's because it's not in either PED sequence or FLT. It's in a timed state in between. Right. Yeah, so we switched back again. Okay, let's see what happens if we give that a pulse, give that a permanent pulse, and let it go all the way through. It switches over. Maybe it's stuck for frost or whatever. Let's go through the system. It's ended the PED sequence. It can't switch back because we've got our button on. Okay, so it's flashing at us, error, that's good. So it means the system needs to be checked. They go around checking sensors and stuff. They found the button stuck in, so they tap it, it releases it, and it still stays in error because it needs a on condition to reset the sequence. So they press it again, they let go, and it switches straight over. They see that that's come on, then they can either wait for the timer to kick in. Alright, there you go. And this has made me a thing. What is it? It's a book cover and a pen holder. I think it's got business card holder somewhere. Don't know. It's it's a book. It's a cover for a book. It's made out of this material. The same thing that my cushion is made out of. Same thing that's made out of. Alright. Okay. Right, yeah. Right, let's get back on it. Right, so is that cool? That's our problem. Problem is still there. But no, it's only doing because the button's requesting. So yeah, that's not a problem. But yeah, the problem is if you can't recover from it. So let's stick it on again. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to program it now. I'll program the smart relay and then upload the program and try it. So let's just see what happens. With that stuck in, you've got the timer counting down, so it's going to try to turn it back to, yeah, it's going to try and in a minute, it's 59 seconds, it's going to try to convert it back to FLT mode. Won't be able to do it because it'll come out of PED mode, but it won't be able to release it back to FLT because the button is still stuck on. Let's see. Right, it's come out of that FLT mode. It's flashing at us. It's not allowing it to go back to that, so it's like a way of holding it open. You could hold it, yeah, so you could just maintain that button and it'll just say that you've got it held open. The red traffic light will flash, the PED gate is still locked, disabled up there, yeah, so that's alright. Barriers are down, yeah. Right, so as soon as I release it, what's going to happen? It's just going to sit there, flashing until it gets a reset, which is normal. So you give it a pulse, on and off, and it goes to this mode straight away. Starts counting down. We go through, we can either not go through the system and wait. Tell you what, let's just wait. See, it should return it back to FLT without doing anything. So you've got a way of resetting it off the button, so as long as it doesn't lock up again. Now I've changed that, it shouldn't do, but I'll have to do thorough tests because there might be a knock-on effect. Okay, so it's just switched back to Yeah, it's going to switch back to FLT mode. Yeah, it has. So you're okay there, right? Let's and we've still got the PED gate on, so that's good. So let's stop that. Let's upload it. Let's plug in. Let's upload it to this smart relay. Right, so transfer. Let's tell you what, I'll save it first. Transfer program to PC to the module. Okay, put it into run mode. Right, okay. Alright. What day is it today? It's Friday. Is it Thursday? Friday? I don't know. Let's have a look. Today is... doesn't say. Oh, Friday. It's Friday today. Right, it's finished uploading, so... Right, we'll go over to this one. I'll have a look. Let's get that out of the way. Was that all bound up there? Get that out of the way. Right. So, we're in FLT mode. Request to pass. It's switched over. It's unlocked the gate. We go through the system. Oh, I've pressed the wrong thing. Press the wrong thing, it's gone into error. Let's lock the gate again, and it's in error, so I need to reset the sequence. Yeah, so we're in that mode. Let's shut the PED gate. Right, so open the PED gate. Operate the safety zone. Shut the one gate. Leave the zone. And shut the last gate. What I did there is I open and shut the gate twice, and it set the flag, but I left it open, and because the flag was set, it remembered it. So it's remembering the condition on the flag over here. Once the flag is set, it's waiting for all three to be set. Now, if it's done out of sequence, somebody open and close the gate, it will set the flag and it will end the sequence. It's waiting for all three, but not in any particular order. You can't have an order going because you could come from either direction. It's two gates, you see. Two gates. But the gate needs to be, one of the gates being shut, both the gates being shut needs to be the last thing. But anyway, it won't be a problem for a single person, but if they get a trail of people coming through, as long as they keep breaking the safety zone, it'll hold it off. That's what we've got to check now. Yeah, we've got to do that bit of a check. There's lots of checks to do. It's crazy. Every time we alter something, we've got to recheck the checks. The checks that passed have to be rechecked because they might no longer work properly if you've altered something. Anyway, right, let's carry on. Carry on with the tests down here. Right, here we go. Carry on with the tests. What time is it now? It seems to be getting cold. I'm going to go and stick the heater on. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so let's get on with the testing. Alright. Should I monitor it? I think I'll monitor it as well. Alright, let's monitor it as well. The eyes are going funny. It's these bright lights, I think. They're too bright, aren't they? These LEDs. LEDs are too bright. Right. Can't even have any music on in the background while he's streaming. Crazy. Oh. Give me a second. I'll put you on back onto there for a minute. Right, okay. Right, let's just press some buttons. I'll leave you on that one. Right. Request a ped crossing. So you can't see down here at the same time, unfortunately. I might be able to do that actually. Yeah, I might be able to put another camera on. This takes it out of you. This does. It's takes it out of you. This all this testing stuff. Well, basically, I got to see if I can get it locked up again. That's what I got to do. So let's just forget the monitoring for a bit. So stop monitoring it. Oh, I stopped the PLC. It's alright, I stopped the PLC. Alright, so I've got to make the PLC. Options, run module. Right. Yeah, you can. That's it. It's running now. So go over to. We'll have to go to this one. I'll just try it a few times. See if I can get it to lock up. Tell you what, I could just press all the buttons and try and mess it up. Let's do that. Right, let's try and mess it up. Okay. So all the buttons are open now. So we'll switch them all back off. Right, so let go of it and see what it does. It's in error mode because it's out of sequence. We'll give it a ped. Switch straight to ped. So we'll navigate the sequence. See if it recovers. Yeah, it's recovered. Let's see if we can do. Alright, so we'll leave the shutter open. We'll navigate through the areas, but we're going to leave the shutter open. Right, we're going to leave the save loop, and we're going to request a crossing. Right, our request has gone on deaf ears because the shutter's still open. So I shut the shutter. What's it going to do now? Oh, that's good. It carried on. Right, it carried on to what's it mode? So pedestrian mode. Will it switch back again? Yeah. So what we've got to do now is put it on fallback mode. So it's red hot in the summer. They want to keep the shutter open, or somebody's damaged the shutter. The rapid roll door is damaged, it can't be used, so it's got to be left up. So we go fallback mode. Alright, we get indicator opposite of whatever the red light's done. It every 3 seconds it flashes it. So we can leave the door open now. So the roller shutter door is left open. They can drive through with the forklift over the safety areas. It doesn't affect anything. Then we request a pass or pedestrian. So we give a pedestrian request in. It switches off. It acknowledges, yeah, it switches over, unlocks the gate. Yeah, it's unlocked at the same time as that. So we go through. And we got the last gate. Yeah, it switches on. It's gone to FLT mode. Right, that's it. So we're able to traverse the lasers and the safety loop. No problem at all. So we request to cross again. Yeah, request to cross. Yeah, we're able to cross. So we'll let it time out. We won't cross, we'll just let it time out, see what happens. That flashing is indicating that you're in fallback mode. Because keeping the shutter open, you're compromising it. So yeah, it's just telling you that you're in fallback mode. So after 59 seconds, it should go back to FLT mode. It's stuck in pedestrian go. That's it. It's switched off and it's locked the gate, and its barriers are opening, and the traffic light is on green, and rapid roll door is enabled even though it's been left up. Doesn't matter. So that enables the open commands on the rapid roll door. Well, if it's been left up, it'll be switched off probably. So that's fine. This doesn't give an open command, it has to be done off the loops locally, so they haven't lost anything there. But them loops won't work unless so I'm just wondering whether that in override mode, whether that enable needs to be permanent enabled. Not really. No, because they've got the door open, they're not using it. Yeah, that's right. It's okay. Right. So let's barge out of this mode. So in FLT, if someone was to push a pedestrian gate open at this point, it goes into this error mode. It'll stay there until somebody presses the PED button. Okay, so I press the PED button. Let's request it to swap over. It's swapped over. So we go through the PED sequence. Complete completed the PED sequence, we'll go back to lock the gate and switch open the barriers, and when the barriers are open, it'll put the traffic light on green, enable the door controls. That's worked that way. So we're in FLT mode. We know we can break out of PED, push the gate open, we can interrupt the FLT mode. Let's try it the other way around. Let's request to cross. Go to request to cross. Yeah. So we cross. Well, let's just break a safety loop, and that'll take it out of sequence. Locks the gate. It's able to lock the gate because nobody's in the safety area zones, or the gates are still shut. So we'll need to press out of sequence now. Request, PED request. That should come back out to PED mode. Nobody has to go through, but if they do go through, it's okay. That ends that sequence. Yeah. So I managed to break it. Right, let's try some buttons, random buttons that nobody is looking at. So let's just choose some random buttons. These won't do anything because they're in FLT mode. The barriers was to shut. At the minute they're being held off in simulation mode. I've got a simulator run, so I have to keep pressing because I haven't got automatic barriers on. They don't raise and lower, so I've got a simulator on. So what I ought to do is turn that off and reprogram it, really. Let's do that. Right, so what down here, I've got a simulation set up. Takes the, hang on, let's switch over. It takes the two barrier open commands, and when they're on, they come down here and it simulates, while that's on one, it simulates the barrier signals for the system to carry on working. Now if I take this off, just undo that wire a second, remember where it comes to. Right, so we'll save that, transfer program to the PLC. Alright, put it into run after, okay. So what that's going to do is I will have to be the barrier. I will have to open and close the barrier on these switches, otherwise it'll wait for them before it lets me carry on testing the rest of the sequence and to go crazy trying to operate loads of switches. Yeah. Right, it's finished uploading, so we'll go back to this one. Right, we're still in that mode. So we're going to have to take them out of fallback mode. Barriers are open. We're not enabled. Roll shutter door is not enabled. Why is that? What mode are we in? We're on both red lights. The barriers are open. So it's waiting for me to do that. Maybe it's waiting for me to press. I know it's waiting for. It's now waiting for me to open the barriers. They got the open barrier command, but they're still down. So it's waiting for these to be open, so I'll press them open. And what will it do? It didn't open in time, but it didn't flash a sequence at me. Right, let's give it a sequence, see if it'll recover. Right, the barriers are closing. So I close the barriers. Paired green switches, it does it off a timer. No, it actually switched then to paired green, and I hadn't switched them. So I haven't disabled it right. Right, so this might be another problem. It wasn't a problem before I put the simulator on. Alright, so it's waiting for me to traverse. Okay. Alright, for some reason it hasn't enabled the door. Right, oh, it's not enabled it because the barriers haven't opened. So the barriers open now. Is it gonna switch that on? Because I've altered something. It might have affected this bit now. Right, so for some reason I'm not in. Oh, my traffic light's not on green either. Right, so we've got another problem now. Unless it's because. Let's switch over. Right, so they're coming down. So it's no longer following this, is it? Shouldn't change to green without the barriers being down. So I must have broken the circuit somewhere. I've broken something. Unless it's, yeah. So that's not working. So it's no longer waiting for the barriers to be down. We're not in fallback mode, so we've broken something now. But I haven't tested this, I haven't thoroughly tested it with the fallback mode off. Well, not fallback mode off. What happened then? Oh, it must have timed out, yeah. Okay. Right, so since I took that off, my rapid roll door enable's not working. I need to check that out. So I took it off here. I need to run a set. Let's run the monitor, see what's going on. Maybe I need to just wire it up to the 0. No, shouldn't have done. So something's had a knock-on effect here. Right, see what we've got going on. So for some reason, enable door is not enabled. Traffic light is on red. We're on red. We're not flashing a sequence. Right. Remove and rewire as a dip switch. Right, okay. So I took that off from there, which puts us into simulator mode. And all that does, when these are open, it simulates stuff going on here. So they're open and the contacts would be open. It definitely would be open. And if I break that one, it's not making any difference, is it? It's not changing this. It should be changing that. It's not. Right, so it's not changing that. Unless I've got it wrong. I must have done something wrong. So, right, I'm not able to change that. Right, let's see if changing it here makes it change. No, I've just switched them off. It's not updating. Right, am I not in monitor mode? I thought it was. Right, they're not changing. That should be barrier 1 closed now, barrier 2 closed. We're in run mode. That's weird because they're not changing here. Right, let's stop it. Let's monitor. Perhaps I was in simulator. I'm sure they were supposed to change. Right. Nightmare. Secure one problem, you get another. Right, so this is the proper monitoring. Now I'm going to watch these two here. I'm going to switch. Close barrier 1. Yeah, it's working now. Close barrier 2. So why weren't they working before? Open barrier 1. Open barrier 2. Okay. Right, let's give it a sequence. So I'll request it to go through. Still my output's not on. Right, so I've switched over to that. Right, traverse the system. It goes back to locks the bed gate. Switch it, opens the barriers. Shouldn't have been doing all that with the gates, the barriers open. Right, I forgot to switch them because I've been not switching them for so long. I forgot to switch them. So we're on. Yeah, it's not switching over. So it's not switching over. Some of this simulator stuff's gone. Right, so there. Let me see if it's altering these. So we've got a signal on. No, that's not changing it. That's why it won't unlock. It's because they're not changing state. They're changing state on the inputs. Oops. These are changing state. But if you see, they're supposed to wire straight to here. So these are the outputs and they're not changing. They're staying on. Right, so regardless of what I do, even though I've turned that off, so somewhere down here, so that wires over to there to enable the simulator to allow the system to function. So, what am I doing wrong? Right, let's just stop that a minute. Try and follow these wires, see where they go to. Right, so let's say barrier 1. That one there is staying on, it's coming all the way down to this OR gate. Right, so it's coming from that one over to this knot. Right, and then you've got barrier 2 going all the way down to this one, which goes down to this knot. Timer. They're simulating the timer. So if they're on, it's always going to be on. And now this one, I took my wire off it, so the only thing keeping This active is that one, which is fallback mode, so we're not on fallback mode. It's fallback mode, and we've got fallback mode, so we've got fallback mode there. Right, and we got fallback. No, we haven't got fallback mode there. Where's it going then? Where's that going? Oh, FLT door, yeah. So that's right, yeah. Right, okay. So I've got to work out what's going on here. Well, I'm not getting it. So if I put that back, it does the simulator. So I thought just taking that off would allow the simulator not to function. Let's try and have a look again. So I've got red there straight away. Let's connect these up. Okay, let's run it. We're just running the simulation now and not. Oh no, what are we running? Monitoring. We're on a simulator. Right, so we're on a simulator, so it doesn't matter what our buttons are doing. So I press that button, it's not getting transferred through. And we've got a permanent output here going up to our system. So yeah, so these reds should be switching now, but they're not. What about if I put fallback mode on? Right. They're not working anymore. Fallback mode off. You got timers simulating them open. So we don't need timers anymore, do we? Oh, I've messed this up, haven't I? I've been working so long in fallback mode, well, simulator. I had all this working, but I've added more stuff since. Nightmare. Bit of a nightmare. Right. Okay. Just doing the usual. Not switched it back, so all I've done is take this off there. And we've got permanent outputs going up here, but they're not. When this is off, I can't remember, that's where it came from. So that would use this simulator. But have I need to connect that up directly with there when I'm not in a simulator. Not that one. These. But it needs to cut that off. How can it cut that off? Oh, it's going through an OR gate. Yeah, so it goes through an OR gate. And these are the bit that cuts it off. So I need to cut that off. Did I need to cut that off as well? No, I'm not getting a signal there at the minute. Right, we're getting a signal on the end, so yeah, that's not doing anything, but because we've got a knock going on. So I'll give it, actually, if I put the signal back, that will turn that off. I may have got the logic around the wrong way on this. So that's there back again. go back into simulation. I think they'll probably work now. So run the simulation. Right, so no. Oh, yeah, we've done the sequence and we're off. It's off. So yeah, oh, that passes through now, look. That actually passes through now. But is it gonna, it's gonna simulate it, innit? It's gonna actually simulate. Actually, that could come up to the spare input, really. So that's cut that off, and it allows this to go through. Yeah, it's passing through, so it's waiting for that. Right, so if I cut, I've got to cut off the, these are AND, aren't they, here? So that AND is switching, yeah, that's switching these two on. So I wonder if I put that from there to there, or if I wire the 0 to them two, you'll never get an AND condition, so it'll never switch them on. Maybe that's what I need to do. I can't remember now. So maybe if I put that condition there, not that one, that one. Let's just put that there. Oh, there's no way to put it, but it makes sense. Okay, so if we do that and that, it'll never be able to satisfy the AND condition, never switch them on. And then we need to switch that off. Alright, so do we need to even do that, or just put it, we might not need to bother with that. Let's try that. Gotta remember what we've done here. So because we're inverted, right, we're inverted, we're sending the signals up to there, right, because it's inverted. So that's never gonna, right, so if I alter this, it's not gonna do it. No, it's not gonna work. So to switch it off, we need the AND condition on to switch it off. Right, so we need to put it over to these then. But will we always get an AND condition? I don't know. So what about if we've got it into there? So we just add. Maybe we're supposed to leave that there and put that there. I can't remember now. I should have done a note to myself. Right, let's see what happens now. It's just a way of overriding that particular bit. Right. Right, so they're on at the minute. Right, so they're all on, timed on. Okay, so we should be able to signal these through. Yeah, we can signal them through. What happens when that goes out and back on again now? because that's on at the minute, it's going to cause what kind of problem? Let's have a look. Let's give it a sequence. Right, so it's basically carried on doing that, isn't it? No, I can't alter it again. Right, that's no good, is it? So this simulator, it's part of the override. Right, so let's undo that bit there. Okay, so we're back to where we was before we mess with it. Okay, so we need to stop this happening. Exclusive or maybe. Yeah, we just need to pass. How can we pass that through? So where's that going to? It's going to this ore. Alright, so we need to, bloody hell. Oh my god, need a tea break sometimes. Yeah, it's bloody lunchtime, I need to have a tea break. This is me tea from this morning. Alright, biscuit, have a biscuit. So I put the simulator in to help me while I was testing, but now it's hindering me. But the simulator also does the fallback mode. So, is there yeah, it's on an OR gate, isn't it? So these barriers, these are on OR gates. And so is that one on another OR gate. Where is it? There. So these two are the OR gates. But what we need to do is block off the signal that's coming from... So the Boolean, where's that coming from? Fallback mode, and it's enabling this. Where's that coming from? That's coming from over here. Right. Yeah, so we're doing the OR bit. We'll only send that through when, yeah. So when we've unwired this, we need to... I wonder if that should have gone to here. Yeah, so that one's coming around there into there. That's coming around there into there. Like that. That one's coming around there into there like that. So right, that's going, yeah, and that's going up to there. It's hard to follow when there's no room, you know. Maybe I can push it this way. No. No, it's difficult to follow. Anyway, so what I need to do, that sends that through to there. Right, so this is the way of switching it. So that one's... Oh, I've lost track of it. Let's turn that off a minute. I've lost track of it. It's a Friday. Mentally exhausted on it. It's one of those things, you can't let go of it once you get to cure one thing. Yeah, we've cured one thing this morning, the sticking, and now we've got to just get this to not to affect it unless the switch is on. That's the problem, because we need the fallback mode, but I thought we'd just unlink that. That's what I thought we'd do. Let's try and get our head around it. So the barrier 1 signal, it needs to go straight through to there when we're not on fallback mode and we're not on simulation mode. It says remove and rewire as dip switch. Don't understand that. Rewire to where though? So this is still outputting. Yeah, we don't need that output when this is off. But we do need that output. Yeah, we need that output when this is on. When fallback mode is on. So we need it to do that. So it needs to override. Right. Bloody hell. I'm sure this would be easier in C++, writing some code. But we've gone too far now. We can't. We've got to carry on with it. We've got to carry on. So I can write functions, you see, and execute the functions, do some pure Zen logic instead of, oh, this is pictorial programming is awful, really. It's probably great if you're a non-programmer, but if you do programming, it's not the best way. But they don't give you the option. The Schneider Smart Relay doesn't give you an option to program it. Unless I do what I said I was going to do, get one another day and wipe it, put the Arduino core on it. Put an Arduino core on it and write my own program. Sometimes you have to grab it by the horns, and this is probably fine for small stuff, a few timers here and there, but when you get to this kind of complexity, it's I don't know. I've got no frame of reference to what people have done with these in the past. It's a smart relay. It's not classed as a PLC. It's a smart relay. This is trying to make it into this is trying to make it into like an Allen Bradley row of PLC IOs and major ladder programming and all sorts of stuff, process control stuff. But we're where we are, so we ain't far away. But anyway, just gotta. It's all these extra features on it, fallback modes and stuff, afterthoughts. Alright, hold that for a minute. I'm just gonna go and grab something, and I'll be back in a minute. got some stuff. This is some stuff I bought. It was for sale on eBay. Somebody bought it and gave up on it. What is it? Right, this is a FBD PLC. Can't remember much about it now. I was meant to do something with it. You've got whether you can see it on air. Hang on. Yeah. FBD got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 outputs. So many inputs. 24 volt DC. Made in Korea. RS232, RS485. Don't know how you program it. So we've got RxTX. Oh, upload. So that must be the upload. So there's something on the end of this, gotta be. On the end of this cable. What is it, RS232? Right, so it comes with an RS232 lead. It's all tangled in, obviously. So you need a serial lead to program it. Okay. What you got? What we've got in here? Empty bag. Oh, we've got a. We've actually got something in here. We've got a. Oh yeah, we've got a USB to RS485 adapter, and it's got a power supply in there. 24 volt power supply. That's all that's left in there. And we've got something else here. What is it? Another one. I think I bought two. Yeah, we've got two, so this is dead money. Got some programming lead there, right. So we've got another one. Shame, isn't it? And that you can actually program in. Oh, it's a Mega. It's a Mega 2560. So it's the same Arduino I use. Imagine if I could program this, how easy it would be. It's a food for thought, isn't it? Food for thought. So, I should open one up another day and have a look. I think I paid about 40 quid for these. Someone was obviously bought them and couldn't do much with them and sold them up. So anyway, mate, I'll leave that out for tonight and have a look at that, investigate that, because if I can write C++ code, which I can for these, I don't need to do all this stupid ladder logic. The functional block diagram. It's okay for small stuff, but you know, got no one to talk to, see, in the field who can tell you. They'll say, oh yeah, don't try to do what you're doing on that little one, it'll be boggling. Well, you know, I'm surprised it does it at all, really. We've got stuff out there that it's working okay, no problems. We'll be able to do it, but it's just time consuming. Whereas if I wrote my own little program, I could give everything, you know, I could probably do a damn sight better job, really. Yeah, so let's put this lead away. I'm going to keep this out for later on. So this recording studio stroke streaming thing is slowly turning into some kind of workshop, which is not good. So anyway, so that's attempting to open that up and have a quick look. Just gonna open this up, if it'll open up without breaking it. See what's in it. Oops. Right, so there's another one just there. Pretty good, ingenious thing. Can't remember if I've ever opened it up, actually. Let's try and open it up. See what we're dealing with. Okay. Lid is unclipped. Right, let's see what we've got in here. Right, we're not going to be able to. Right, I've got the plastic apart. We've got a circuit board there. Can't get that out, so I'm going to have to undo the 24 volt out. Let's unscrew the 24 volt. Perhaps I should have opened the one with nothing on it, really. Let's just get rid of the power supply lead. We'll unplug the data cable, the programming cable. Right, let's have a look. It's okay. Let's have a look here. Let's put you on the down cam. So take the cover off. What have we got here? Let's have a look. We've got a lovely Arduino Mega 80 Mega IC. I think are they like rocking horse stuff? So we've got everything we need to program that up. Amazing, eh? Alright. Let's put it back. Put it back together. So that's even a DIN rail mount and everything. Is that the way? Yeah. Beauty. What a beauty. What a fantastic thing. 10 amp relays. Yeah, power and status. The only thing is, doesn't have the prestige that goes along with the Schneider. That's the problem on that one, but I'm going to play with that later on. Play with that later and see if we can't program it to do stuff. I'm sure we'll have more control over it than we could over this drawing package, you know what I mean? Drawing stuff out. Anyway, we've gone as far, you know, we got what we got, so we've got to sort this out. So when I switch off fallback mode off, it needs to carry on through, so the simulator is there for that. Pretty sure I thought I had all this sorted out, but honestly not. Let's run a simulation, see if it can't work out where it's going wrong. Right, so we're running it. So we just need to bring those inputs in. I suppose if you're simulating it, all I need to do is bring them over to there. as well. I need to cut off the other ones. So that's working on simulator at the minute. Right, it's getting too complicated, isn't it? And the problem is I'm running out. I've only got to this afternoon to work on it. And I've got no more time on it, so that's the problem. So we've got two. Oh, barrier 1 closed, right? So we can do that, and we're getting a signal through, and that. So we're getting a signal through if we want it, but that's okay. Hang on, let's just get that, see what's going on when we do that. So that's okay. So it is getting through, but only with that one attached. So maybe I left it because it's not it won't be waiting. So it shouldn't have carried on the sequence. So when that one comes in, so it's not outputting, but it's letting it go through because it's coming into the OR gate here. Yeah, which one? This one here. It's coming in on this one down here. And it's coming through this Boolean. So now if you put fallback mode on and I switch that, it's no longer outputting. Yeah, which is, yeah, don't need to worry about that. The simulator then takes over. So that's okay so far. But the problem comes when I don't want to run the simulator in normal mode. So I don't want all the simulator does is when the barrier open commands, these are the barrier open contacts. So when the barrier's down, it breaks the contact. It goes to open. So because I'm overriding it, simulating it, it doesn't wait. It doesn't wait for these to be down. So I'll switch the one around. So that fallback mode needs to bring that into fruition, which it does. It simulates it and does it all for you, in case the barriers are broke or they need to be held up, not in operation. You can still carry on using a fallback mode of just the basics, pedestrian crossing, timed crossing. So, but when I'm switched off, I can send the signals through, but also the simulator is sending theirs through. So what I need to do is be able to switch the simulator off. So you have to close these contacts. So at the minute it's letting them through, but when I do fallback mode, it's not letting them through, which is okay because it'll be using it'll be using the simulator, right, which at the minute it's off. They're outputting, so these will be off because barriers will be open. So that's right, ignores it there. Now take the fallback mode off and it's letting it through, which is normal, but I just leave them open, didn't matter. So in that case, let's leave it like that. Let's activate a sequence and see if I can upset the system by, yeah, I can still upset the system, so I can actually close the barrier with the simulator on, and it is affecting it. Okay, so I can do that. Now that's supposed to be closed now, so I can close. No, the simulator's took over. The simulator is actually providing the closed signal for me, so mine's irrelevant while it's in that position. Yeah, now if I go back to FLT mode, oh, I've got to traverse the system. I'll go back to FLT mode where it's held up, right, and it's automatically broke the signals. And if I can make the signals back again, yeah, I can still make them. So, but when they are made, I need a way of turning that simulator off. So that signal that comes all the way down here, where does it go to? All the way down here, over to this and. So I need, yeah, so the OR comes from, if I put that on, yeah, I'm getting an OR there, so I'm switching it on. Yeah. So that needs to switch it on, but I need to switch it off. So if I switch it off, the problem is, if I switch it off by removing the link or wire it to the 0, you can still do the override. That's not the one. I can still do that to override, to enable it, to bring the simulator in, which you will need the signal off them to tell it. But once I remove my signal, I'm no longer able to input off these. So, begs the question, why not? Because the signal is coming through down to here, and it's not going, where is it? Oh, that's an output. Where's that going to? Yeah, so that output. Okay, so I get an output there. Now if I switch the fallback mode on, do I get an output there? No, I don't. Okay, so fallback mode. So while I'm like that, with the wire off, if I was to wire that to the OR instead, will the other one do the same thing? Yeah, so I've got them to able to, yeah, so I need to bring those. So while I'm not wired, while this is off, I need to bring them to in replace of this. Okay, so yeah, I need to take that off and pull these two down to here. Will that work? Don't know. Let's try. Let's take that off. It was one of these two, wasn't it? Let's just see. Barrier 2 goes to there and it enables this one, and that one enables the one above it. So if I bring these outputs down to here, alright, let's try it. So bring that down to there when I'm not using this other one, and this one down to there, so either one of them. Right, bit of a mess. Let's just see what we got now. Probably not going to work because I haven't thought of something, a lack of thinking about something else. Right, Let's see what we got. See if we go into FLT mode. Yeah. No, we come straight back out. Oh no, we're in it. Oh, we come straight back out. Right. Now, why have we come straight back out? Because it's gone into a weird... Yeah, we've got some kind of cyclic thing going on now. Right, so they're the right sequence. So we obviously can't have that coming out there. Right. Let's break that off there. So can't have that coming off there. So while that's not on, we need to stop. It needs to pass. It needs to break these signals. We need to break them signals, but we'll need them if we're in fallback mode. So we need to enable this. This output needs to be cut off. So we need some bools on the back of there then. Right, I'll put that back there for now, so we remember where it came from. We'll put two bools on the back of this. Right, so we've got bools going everywhere here. Bloody hell, a lot of bool in it. A lot of bool. Right, let's put these bools on the back of here so we can cut off this signal and allow the other signal to take over. Right, so we're gonna tell you what, let's oh, that, yeah, that goes to there. Let's put a bool here. So we'll put a bool there, one there, and we'll wire that up to where that goes. Right, so we'll take off that one. We'll quickly put that into there so we don't forget where it went. Right. So we're back to there. We need to do the same with this one. So put that there. That to there. That to there. Wrong one. That's the one. Okay. Let's bring that back and that one back, give it some space. They're not part of this really, so right. Oops. Undo move. Okay. We've got our bools. Let's just bring that back. Right. So we got it back to where it was going. So what we need to do now is we've got our connection on still. So we need to say don't send that signal up to there if this is not on, if this is not wired. But if we're override, then we do need to send it. Right, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? Right, I've got that there. And we need to, we'll take that off there. And we don't use that. We don't do anything with that unless that's on. So while that's on, override, we need to, actually that goes straight to, we could do it from the back of there, but that might confuse us. So let's bring, so we need to bring that down to them too. If it's an override, right, let's try it. So fallback mode needs to come down to there. Like that. And again, down to here. That needs to go with that. Right, okay. So we want to say if the fallback mode is on. Right, so we're not going to let that go. Right. Right, so that's going to be, we need to say, right, that needs to come off there, then. We need to somehow switch that. We could switch that, we could do that up there, that extra bit of wiring. We could sort that out after. Yeah, so we could at least switch it on or off, couldn't we? Let's try that. Might be a good feature. This is, I'm going to call this one, what are we going to call this one? Enable barrier open close simulation. Simulate. Right. Okay. So instead of having that one, we get rid of these two. And we put that in there. Right, so, or we could put it somewhere else. There. No, that's horrible. Okay. So we enable that simulate. So when it's not enabled, we'll leave it off. So we can have another override to part of the system. So we don't need the barriers down. Right, so we need an output off this only when so if we enable simulate, we need to at the minute we need the output when we're testing. Enable simulate. I need to go to the loo. Right, back in a minute. back. Okay. So right. Bugger, bugger. Right. Okay, so this boolean is going to let this through up to there only if certain conditions are met. If the fallback mode is on, and if the simulation is on. Right, so we need to bring that simulation on. Okay, so that needs to come. Oh, we've got. Can I get another output off that? Not sure. Yeah, I should be able to. No. Let's put that there a minute. Right, so we want this down to here. Yeah, let's let us do it. Okay. Let's put it down there. Let's leave it there a minute. And put another one there. Right, so we've got that there, but there's nothing to do with that. Okay, we need to put that there. Okay. Probably bring that down here. Okay. Let's bring that down there, and this down here. Okay. Okay. Right, yeah. So I need to do, where's this going? What's happened there? Right, so what's happened there? Right, so something back there. Fallback moves. Okay. Okay. Right, so it's a bit of a nightmare. So we've got that going up there, we've got that going up there. So we need to, if this is on, fallback mode needs to be on, or that one. Yeah, so we need everything on. So it needs to be on, for that to work. Right, let's try. Let's try it. Okay, let's run it. So we're in FLT mode. We're no longer doing simulation here, which is good. The barriers are open. Let's give it a signal to close. Let's wait for it to close, so we'd have to close them, which we've done. It's switched over. If the barriers was to open, it switches off, that's right. We close them again, does it come back onto us? No, we're indicating we've got a fault. So we need to start the sequence over, which it does. The barriers are closed, we're switched over. We traverse the barriers. And there's a sequence. That outputs when it, yeah, so the barriers are open. And it allows it to go into FLT mode. If the barriers don't open, or if a barrier closes, it comes out of mode. Counts again, yeah. Okay, that sounds better. Alright. Okay, so we request again. Something happened. It's waiting for barriers to be closed. Now it's switched over. Okay. It's disabled. Maglock is off. We traverse the gate. It switches off. Barriers are waiting to be closed. So the enable is off, both on there, so it's waiting for the barriers to be shut. One shut, to shut. That'll count the thing, enables the controls again. We're back on there, that's right, that's better. Okay, now we want to overwrite, we do a fallback mode, so we do fallback. So we're on fallback mode, which tells us we're on fallback mode. We're on FLT. Now we're not currently outputting anything. That's right, because we're held open. So I do a request, which should release the barriers, and then they should shut on a timer. And they're not shutting on the timer. Alright, so we're on fallback mode, so the timer simulator should be kicking in. The output is on, but it's not coming through because we haven't satisfied the condition here. Enable barrier open, close, simulate. Right, so it's waiting for that one. So it's actually waiting for that one. Because we're on override, so we do need to. We've already got that there, so once that's on override, it needs to provide both signals. So I thought that might happen, so we need to. We can't lose that one because we need to simulate. So we probably, that always needs to simulate, doesn't it? So we need to output this signal here. So this Boolean is going to be a problem. Right, so so that needs to let that through when that's on. So we need another bool here. Well, that's an AND gate at the minute. That'll be, if they're all on, it's an AND gate, so that and that on, it lets it through. But if that's on, it needs to let it through still. So we need another one, either another bool or an AND gate. So if that's on and that's on, it needs to let it through to there. We've got an OR there. So we could do an AND gate. But that won't let that one through, that's fine. Yeah, so, but then it'll let it through on this one, so is there any point in monitoring that one? Probably not. So let's take that one off there, and off there, and it's not going to let us through to there now, is it? So we need to undo that. We need to change this to 1, 1. Well, that could be an AND gate as well. So we've changed these for 2 AND gates. Right, change them for 2 AND gates. Now we need, yeah, each one needs 2 AND gates. It's got the same amount of input, so there's no point having an AND gate. Right, don't know. So we could leave that there, I suppose. Do we want Boolean or AND gates? Alright, let's put that onto there. Let's Right, we've run out of space now. We've got a bit of space here. Okay, let's make some space. Okay. So we need a bit of space. That needs to go up with this one to there. Or it could just go to the same one. No, it won't let you go. Okay, so let's just go up with that one. Go to the same place. Okay. Let's knock that down to there. They go to the same place anyway, so we need to say when that one needs to come off there and just go. Have I just done that again? Yeah. Need to undo that one. I need to change that to just a 1 1. Or it could be another AND gate. Keep it there in case we need another one. Right, another AND gate. Okay. So that one needs to go up with that one. Okay. Don't know what's happened there. Okay, so we got that there. That needs to go with that one. Right. So we need that one over to there. We need to lose this one, which goes up to there. We need to bring that down to there. Well, it needs to go to there. Like that. That's a bit of a problem. Need another one down here. Here, yeah. Is it there? Oh, this one needs to be switched. We can't get to it. No, so I need to temporarily put a wire from there to there so we can switch it off. 1 1 and then delete that. Okay, so we've got everything we need. We've got our AND gate. It needs to be that one on, that one on. That'll let the output go into this OR gate. Right, let's try it. Okay. Righty how. Okay, run it off. Alright. So we'll go through the motions. Alright, so it's going to sit there, it's going to wait for the barriers to be shut. It's switched over. Hold on a second, back in a minute. Right, back. Door's going. Right, I think I'm definitely going to try and program those PLCs up with a C++ instead of this lot. Surely it's got to be easier, isn't it? Surely. I might do it as a backup. Right, so we got that there. So what are we on now? We're open. We didn't open our barrier, so we're waiting for them to open. Yeah, we're on green. Okay. We request to go through. The barrier's shut. So it's switching over. It's waiting for the barriers to be closed, which it is. Okay. So we do the sequence. They close. Okay, so we're doing all that bit now, that's okay. Right, so we want to fallback mode. So we're in fallback mode. And we want to operate it without doing the barriers. Time we're in fallback mode, we give it a command. It should operate the sequence after the timer. Yeah, the timers are kicked on. So it's doing without the barriers in fallback mode. We're in PED sequence. So let's operate the pedestrian gate. Okay, we're coming out of there. It should do assimilate the barriers being shut, and it should let it go into FLT mode. Yeah, that's working. Let's request out of that mode. So it's doing the simulation. Okay, so we go through the gate. Okay, bed gates are locked. It's going back into there. It's enabled. Yeah, that looks good. So what about if we want to simulate the barrier so we don't have to... Right, that's doing this. That'll do the same as this one. So we don't want to be in fallback mode, but we want barrier simulation on. Let's see if that one works. So we're in forklift truck mode. Switch that on. And we're switching over and it's doing the barriers, yeah. It's doing the business. So we need to navigate our pedestrian area. And it's doing the simulation of the barriers. And it's yeah, it's doing that. Okay, so that's working. Yeah, that's working. So we've got that working again. We sorted that out. So what we need to do now is probably do some tests. We need to wire another. We need to wire that one up now. Oh, we got it wired. We just haven't got it labelled up. Priority FLT. So I need to create a new label now. Anyway, let's upload that. Let's save it. Upload to the PLC and give it a good try. Give it a try. Oh, not reacting because I've got the thing powered off. Let's try again. It's 12:50. I think it's time for a lunch break. Well, it's good if this. We'll try this. We'll test it out, and if these all works now, then we've cured the sticking. We've sorted out why the other bit didn't work for us. Let's try it. Okay, let's try it. Just put that to one side of it. And that. Alright. Let's try it. So we're in barrier open mode. Both traffic lights are on red. The ped gate is locked. And I was saying barrier open, but we haven't. The barriers aren't actually open, so now they are. And that was waiting for us to switch the traffic light on for the barriers to be open and to enable the rapid roll door. So we give it a sequence to change to pedestrian mode. We've switched over. We've undone the mag lock. The rapid roll door opens commands have been disabled. We're on forklift truck red, pedestrian green. The barriers have closed, but they haven't closed. They haven't closed. So there's a problem straight away. I haven't closed the barriers and it's switched over to green. I'm sure on the simulation it didn't do that. Laser area. Right, that shouldn't have gone to green until those are switched up down. Oh. Right. Oh, that must have just timed out. I think that just timed out on the 59 seconds, so the crossing time. It was waiting for the barriers to close. So they should be open now, which will then switch that on and enable the door. That's normal, so request a crossing. As soon as they go out, these will come down. It switches over and it should, yeah, switch the thing off straight away. So we go through the sequence. It ends the ped sequence, locks the door, opens the barriers, then goes over to forklift truck mode. So you can do rapid roll, open, safety, lasers. No problem. So we come out of that mode, but request a pedestrian crossing. That then shuts the barriers. Okay, so we switched over, the PEDS gate is unlocked, we traverse the pedestrian area. Comes out of that mode, switches, locks the gate, switches, opens the barriers, then switches over to that mode. Now I'm gonna leave these up on this next one, so I'm gonna request that. Now it's cancels out that mode. It should switch. Now it shouldn't switch to green with the barriers up in that mode, so they're not being overridden properly. I thought I tested that earlier. Right, so that's not working. Let's test some other features. I didn't error this time. Or if you don't do anything, it'll time out and go back to FLT mode. So I thought I tested that on the display. Let's just do that now. Let's go into simulator. Right, let's run the simulator. Right, so we're in the simulation mode, we're in FLT. We give it a command. It releases the barriers. I'm not going to shut the barriers. And it's trying to switch. Is it waiting for the barriers? It is waiting for the barriers, look. So it's waiting for the barriers on this one, but on that one it isn't waiting for the barriers. So if I shut the one barrier, then the other, and then it switches then. So we're on green here. Green there. That is weird, isn't it? That's strange. Oh, unless that last switch is wired the wrong way around. Let me just check these switches. Right, let's check the switches. Right, I think that's what it is. I think it was that extra button that we've just put into the system. Yeah, I'm switched on. So it's that one. Yeah. Right, okay. So what I've done is, so the simulation works, but because I've got a wire that's on enable open close simulator, that's why it allowed the gates to the PED sequence to carry on, because it was handling the simulation. So what I need to do is rewire that wire. That's what I need to do. Right, let's change that then. So that's, we've got a spare switch we're not using here, which is a spare input on the screen that we've since wired. This one's not labelled up, so it's doing the opposite. We've got the opposite going on, so I need to just open it up a bit. And swap the wire around, or I could just switch it the other way for now, but that's just going to cause me confusion later on, so let's just do it now. Right, so it's just this last switch needs to be popped out and rewired. It's all 24 volts, so I'm not going to worry about getting, it says ain't going to worry about getting electrocuted. I don't think that was electrocution, I think that was my nerve. Let's just turn it off. Electrocution on screen, that's good. Yeah, we're wired into the wrong one. Because this is off. This test jig was from another another system. It was actually a pedestrian gate airlock. This was wired up for. 2 sliding gates. I had to let bicycle through. So we'll swap that wire over and we'll be alright. Okay, let's pop the button back. These are just a load of light switches, by the way. Oh, it's like I smell burning this. Right. Okay. We're back to... Right, we're back to a... Oops. Right, we're back to this one now. So that should work now because the switch is in the right place. Okay, so we'll start a sequence. Just waiting for me to shut the barriers. They're shut. Okay. Yeah, it's waiting for pedestrian to go through. For some reason. Yeah. And it's gone to error. Oh no. It's gone to open, so we need to open those 2 barriers. Right. We're switched on, we're enabled the rapid roll door command, open commands, we're on green. Weld open, the gate is locked. The PED traffic light is on red. FLT traffic light's on green. So we can traverse the system and nothing untoward will happen. The barriers are open. So we initiate a PED sequence. The barrier open commands have gone off, so we then close the barriers. As soon as they close, the green traffic light switch is on to say go, and the PED gate unlocks. So we traverse the system, end of the system. It switches back, locks the gates, opens the barriers. When they're open, it switches on that thing there. So let's try not switching the barriers down close now. So request. It should switch over to PED sequence, but it shouldn't go to green. It shouldn't unlock the PED gate while the barriers are still up, which it hasn't. Now, if you're in manual and you was to shut on, it then unlocks the gate and switches to green. You then need to traverse the gate system to cancel out the PED sequence, or just wait. Right, so that's that one done. Now it won't switch on the FLT light. They're both on red now, traffic lights. Can't enable the door because the barriers haven't opened. You don't want a forklift truck driving through with barriers down, so both of them have to be on. And then it'll switch. Yeah, it has switched. So what we need to do now is simulate a fallback mode. So we'll go into fallback mode now. So we're getting the 3-second to flash to indicate we're in fallback mode. So we can initiate a PED sequence. Now fallback mode, we shouldn't have to wait for the barriers to be closed. Should go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's PED gates on green. It's unlocked the gate, so we still got to go through and do the PED sequence. Cancels it out. It should carry on and then open without the barriers, and it should come on now. Yeah. So we don't have to operate the barriers while we're in fallback mode. Now, while we're testing the sequence, if we did want to not be in fallback mode, switch that off. So not in fallback mode. Now, if we wanted to run the simulator, instead of us switching these, we could just switch the simulation on. So we're on simulator, and we just request to go through the system. And I won't have to do anything with those controls. Yeah, I will just go through the system. And it should go back to FLT mode. Barriers are opening, I don't have to touch it. Yeah, okay. So it's possible to run the system without the barriers out of mode. So you could, that's really just for me for while testing that simulator. So we'll leave that off. We won't bother about that much, but it saves me having to do the test. So we've got them there. So right, seems okay. I think it's a good place to take a lunch break. So it's waiting for me. It's not doing anything now. What's it doing? Oh, I've switched the simulator off, so it's waiting for me to shut the barriers. That's what it's waiting for. Now I can traverse through. Yeah, that was the one reason for having the simulator, so I didn't have to sit there wondering why it's not working. Alright, okay. Right, so we'll break there, and we'll break there, and what we'll do, break there, and then we'll have some lunch, and then come back and do some more tests. And maybe if we can't find any problem, carry on with the truth table a bit. Right, so then that one there, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes, half an hour. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit.